Okay, this morning we are going to install operating system for the computer that these two hard-working teenagers built last night. The first thing I'm going to do, and I'll explain this to you. First of all, when this comes up, that's a BIOS. Now the BIOS is a chip on your motherboard.
Mm-hmm.
Your BIOS actually, when it comes to that, you hit enter so it can go on down to A prompt. But what I'm doing right here, this is going to the hard drive, okay? Your operating system operates off of your hard drive. Now, this program I got right now is called Windows 98 Startup, and I acquired it in one of my many Windows 98 operating systems that I bought. But anyway, the reason is it outdated? Yes, very much so. But the reason I still use it, because it still does the job. Okay. Now, anytime that you have high dollar software, what I mean by high dollar software, if you give $150 for that software or whatever, like Windows, like Semtech, endpoint protection, antivirus, that type stuff, all this stuff registers itself on your master boot record or your registry. Okay, that's a part of your hard drive. I know y'all don't understand what I'm talking about. I'm hoping as we get into it,
you got me
you
to
will.
like clear up master boot record.
Okay.
I forgot.
Now, when we had IDE, your master boot record was separate than your hard drive. It's all the same thing, but it was like in a little separate section. Okay, and that's what this was for, because you couldn't get to it. So you'd use this to F-disk the master boot record, which means you're formatting it. Okay, now we're no longer using IDE hard drives. We went to SATA, and on SATA, everything's a lot bigger, a lot more storage room. And so by doing that, they use partitions to partition it, and one partition is dedicated to your master boot record. So technically, all you got to do, like if I want to take a hard drive out of one computer and use another, which I did this one. I took this one out of that computer right behind Zelda over there, which I had Windows 10 on. And I put it in this computer y'all did last night. And this is what we're going to put Windows 7 on today. Now I've already fired it up, went in there and deleted all your partitions. But now let me explain to you why I use this. Okay. Technically, on SATA, all you got to do is delete partitions and everything goes away. Okay. Having said that, that's not totally true. I have loaded the operating system, and I mean, I went to all the trouble to load the operating system, load the software, and all that kind of stuff. And then when I start to do something, it don't want to work. Like for instance, my antivirus protection program, it don't want to download. The reason it don't want to download is because what it had on the master boot record was malignant. It's part of it's still there. So what it's doing is saying what was there originally, plus it's trying to put new stuff on, and they're contradicting each other, and they say, no, we can't do this. So if I use this software, there's no problem. This software will even take a virus off. When I up this master boot record with this software, everything's gone. Okay? So when you get to the A prompt here, what you do is you type in F-disk space / master boot record MBR. Then you hit enter.
And
It'll take just a minute and then jump into A prompt again. That's how long it took. Right, I always do it twice, always. Now if you notice the second time, it's just going to be just a second, it'll jump right in. And that's because that it done its thing the first time. See how quick that was?
Mhm.
But you always want to do that. Now, what we're going to do now is to remove the Windows 98. So that's Windows 98 startup disk. We're going to remove that, and we're going to install the Windows 7. Where did I put it? I know right there. Yep, no, that's startup disk that I just took out.
What's sitting on the computer?
Yep, there it is, right there. Okay, this is Windows 7 operating system, 64-bit, and it's got Service Pack 1 already installed. So now we're going to put that in there. And then we'll do a restart, which clear, alt, and delete restarts it. Hit enter or any key and it'll boot into the CD. Now what it's doing right now, it's loading the necessary software so that you can load the operating system. In other words, the keyboard and the mouse are USB 2.0s, so it's loading all that support and stuff for that.
So load the drivers and all that.
Right, it's loading the driver so that you can actually load the operating system. Riley's been over here when I've done this a time too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Although he's never done it, but
I know how to do it.
he should have some knowledge about it. Okay, so what the heck?
You actually unplug the
Editing.
I unplugged the computer, didn't I?
got that part out.
I got so many wires running around here. Got to have my mouse out here where I can get to it. Well, I didn't get to that in time, so now I'm going to have to restart again. Clear alt and delete. And then when it comes up, you hit any key, which I always just hit enter. When it gets to BIOS like this, it'll come up there. Now it's reading the CD, hit enter, and it'll jump into the CD. Now it's loading the drivers, which that first run didn't take long.
It's not just the face you were making.
Okay, now the first screen you're going to get to is where you pick your language. These things are made for multi-different languages and stuff. It's already preset for English, and that's what we want.
English
So
is
just
like
hit next.
the most common language.
The next thing you do is you hit install.
I think everybody knows that.
Okay. Now then, this is all of Windows 7 64-bit operating systems. What you want to do now is pick the one that you have a number for.
Mm.
I mean, it's nice to go down here and pick, I'm going to put Ultimate in it. But if you don't have a number for Ultimate, guess what? You ain't going to put Ultimate in it either. But I do have a number. So, then you hit Next. And you got to tell Microsoft that you accept the license terms and agreements. Then you got to decide whether this is an upgrade, which if you had another operating system like Windows XP, then this might be an upgrade. But being we have this is a fresh install, we're going to custom. And like I told you before, I have went in there already. This thing had 5 partitions on it when I had Windows 10 on it. But I've deleted those partitions. What you do is you go right here, and you click that, and then you get these things, and all you got to do is highlight what you want and come over here and delete, and it will delete. And each partition will be so big, and it'll keep going down to it until it gets to 1. Now, I was talking earlier about that hard drives are getting bigger. Now, this hard drive is a 2 terabyte. Now, do you understand how big a 2 terabyte is?
Yes.
That's pretty big.
Okay, a
1,000
DVD
gigabytes.
that a movie comes on is 4 gigabytes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Riley, how many gigabytes is in 1 terabyte?
1,000.
So if this is a 2 terabyte, how many gigabytes is it going to have?
2,000.
2,000 gigabytes. Okay. Now, if you can see right there, what it's going to give us to operate with is 1,863 gigabytes.
Because the rest of that's like system reserve.
Right. No, the rest of that is what it takes to actually operate the hard drive. You know what I mean? They when they say 2 terabytes, they're talking about total room. But now, you know how a hard drive works. It's got a little disc on it that spins and it stores stuff on it, and they're stacked in a platter. It takes data and stuff to make all these stacks work. They have to work together, so it takes space. So that's how much space it takes right there. The difference between 2,000 and 1,863. That's how much space it takes to make this operating system work, or this hard drive work. So now we're good here. So now then we hit Next.
137.
Yep. All right. Now this is where it starts to install your actual software on your computer. First thing it done, it copied the file that it's going to need, which it didn't take very long. Now then it's expanding the files. Now what does this expanding mean?
Expanding the site.
It's unzipping them.
Mm-hmm.
See, it comes on the disk, they're zipped up, which means they're as small as it can possibly be.
They're all inside of
Right. So now then it's expanding, which means it's unzipping them so that the computer can get to them to install everything.
Usually it makes it as small as it can and puts it into a folder.
Right.
Is that what it does?
Right. Right. Anytime that you're typing on your on a hard drive, every keystroke is 1 space.
Mm-hmm.
So when you type something,
You told me this.
yeah, it's 1 space. Like if you type that's 3 spaces. And then you got to put a space in it before you get to the next word, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you've used up 4 spaces right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what they do on a zip drive when they zip it, or a zip package, is they take out all those spaces where that you have got all your things in there, so that you can actually read it. And so when they get through with it, there ain't nothing there except O's and 1s, which is computer language. Okay, that's as small as it can possibly go. So then they put it in a folder, and they put an executable on it, which means a zip. And all Windows operating systems comes with a zip executable. And the reason it does is because that's the way they store their stuff. They're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart for you. They're doing it because that's the way. They don't want it no bigger than they have to have it. Now, with Windows 10, the operating system has gotten so big that they've had to actually put it on a little USB drive. In fact, I actually happen to have a Windows 10 right here. Let me say, people, my opinion of Windows 10, not real good.
It sucks.
Windows 10 sucks. Alright, that right there, that is a USB drive, USB 3.0 drive, and that's got Windows 10 on it.
You have a code for it?
Oh yeah. You know, you talking about the key code?
Yeah.
Of course, I couldn't operate if I didn't. See that right there is a key card. Right there is my key code for Windows 10.
Yeah.
Make sure it can.
But y'all have to have a key code for Windows 7 too when I install it here in a few minutes.
If it works.
Huh?
Keep it there. Might have to blur it out.
Well, what I'm going to do when I get down to that point, I'm just going to let Zelda hold a book. Here you go. Hold on to that. I just let Zelda hold a book over where the key code goes while I'm putting the key code in. And
Or just hold it in front of the camera.
yeah,
Alright.
if well, no, she can just hold it where that thing goes. But no, I can't have the key code on the camera. Not that it's illegal, but if someone sees this movie and gets my keys, they can attempt to use my keys to put their operating system in. Now there's going to be a conflict somewhere, but see the problem is that Windows might think it's me that's messing up, not them. Might cost me money. Now I don't like that idea. So therefore we're going to block it when we put the keys in.
Just for safety.
Always better be safe than sorry.
Sure does take a while.
Well, I know you guys are teenagers. Instant gratification is your middle name. I realize that.
Gotta get paid in advance.
But it takes time. Yeah, if you guys could, yeah, y'all will want paid in advance. It don't work that way. You work in advance, then you get paid.
Because with some people, if they get paid in advance, and they decide, you know what,
They would have no
I'm
money.
not going.
Right.
I got the money. I'm not going. And that's not how
Right.
it should be. Some people in my family. I'm not naming names.
Me.
No?
Yes, me.
No. Well, that's not.
I have been paid in advance. I got paid in advance recently.
Well, that's not. You're not who I was thinking about.
But see, I get you available. If I pay you in advance and then you don't do it, I'll whoop your butt. You know what I mean?
Did a bunch of yard work recently.
Yep.
Last year.
In fact, did you ever get all that yard work done? Did we break even? Because I know I paid you in advance on that one.
I think so.
You think
It
so?
was to get all these limbs cut down. I did it.
I know I got Tommy over here to do most of the limb cutting. And of course I pay Tommy.
It was that ridge over there.
Yeah.
I have to go back and return it. That TV. I think Mom broke the TV.
Yes, she did, and I give her another one. So it actually, you paid for half of the first TV, and I paid for half of it, and then she broke that one. And then I give her another one. Reckon we should whoop your mom?
Probably. She said that actually the cat did it.
Always blame on the dang cat.
Well, what she done, she spilled coffee on something. I don't know.
That woman is so clumsy.
We don't want any more cats. They just keep coming.
How many do you have? Like 5?
Maybe 6.
Oh.
Yeah, 5. We don't want any more.
Chester, Augie, JB, Sammy.
Next time that your mom buys finds a cat, don't give it to us. We don't want cats.
I have 0 cats and still 2 around here.
I want one.
You didn't take one of these 2.
Mom won't let me have one.
They always pee on all your stuff.
Yeah.
You want that?
And they always take their claws, and there's no telling how much furniture I've bought over the years because the cats sharpen their claws on the side of something. In fact, you go in there on my Lazy Boy recliner, the one I set in against the wall. If you look, you'll see where it's tore up to some degree. It's not bad,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what that is. That's where the cats have sharpened their claws over it. Me and my wife, neither one particularly cared for cats, but I had 2 kids that brought 2 cats in here. You know,
Was Mom one of them?
Huh?
Was Mom one of
It
them?
No.
was Tammy and Mike.
Tammy and Mike. Tammy found Jamie in Winn-Dixie's parking lot, and then Mike was coming home. Yeah, you can either let it restart on its own, or you can hit it right here and it'll restart. Mike was coming home from work, and there was a cat started across the road with baby kittens, and the cat got run over by a car, and all the kittens had got run over by a car coming back to check on Mama, except for that one. So he stopped and he picked that one up, and he brought it home. So, yeah, 19 years them 2 cats stayed at my house. I didn't particularly care for cats, period. But I'm also not a sadist. I'm not going to just go kill a cat because it's a cat. I mean, no, I don't like cats tearing up my furniture, and no, I don't like cats walking on the windshield of my car.
Yeah, we have to wash our windshield at least once a week.
There's a lot of things cats do that I do not like. However, good Lord made them too, so they've got to have a purpose.
I mean, I'm more of a dog person, but I still love cats.
Now, I didn't mind Jamie. That's the one that Tammy found at Winn-Dixie parking lot when she was working at Winn-Dixie. The reason I didn't mind Jamie is because, I don't know, when she was a kitten, I guess, a snake tried to bite her or whatever, but Jamie hated a snake with a passion. I'm talking about rattlesnakes now.
Didn't she like kill snakes?
Oh, yeah. But if she'd catch a rattlesnake out there in the yard, she'd kill it, and she'd rip it up into little pieces. I'd go to cut the grass, I'd find little stacks of snakes.
Dang, Jamie.
When your mama was about 8 or 9, I guess, I come in from work one day, and I was in the back room changing into my shorts, and your mom come running back there, and she said, "Daddy, come quick, bring your gun." I said, "What?" She said, "A snake's got Jamie." So I grabbed my 12-gauge 3-inch Magnum shotgun and a few shells, and away I go. See about Jamie and the snake. And I went out to the front yard where they was at. And Jamie had the snake right behind the head, and the snake was wrapped round and round and round and round and round Jamie. And I told Tammy, Tracy, I said, "Tracy, the snake ain't got Jamie. Jamie got the snake." And if the snake was too big for, she loved to kill rattlesnakes, so I guess she knew it was poisonous. But, she wasn't crazy. There's such thing as a snake too big for her to kill. And when there was a snake too big for her to kill, she'd come to that door right there and whine, and I'd open the door to let her in. And no, she wouldn't come in. She'd walk back down the steps, turn around, look at me, and just whine and whine. I knew then there was a big snake somewhere. So I go get my shotgun and just follow her, and she'd take me right to where that snake was. And usually it was a timber rattler. A timber rattler, they don't never get real long, but they get big. But a bunch of them I've killed down there in the ditch right in front of the house. They come from the mountain, cross the road and be in the ditch, and Jamie would find them. She would let me know, and I would kill them. But when I had Miss Jamie, I had very little problems with snakes. because she took care of them pretty much. Now we're starting. We've got everything loaded, and now then we just got to put the settings we want, put in the numbers, and this, that, and the other.
Is that the same Windows 10 that Nathan used?
No, Nathan, like a dummy. I actually loaded Windows 7 on Nathan's computer, and he had some kind of a issue, and he let them Microsoft talk him into loading 10 for free. So he got Windows 10 loaded for free on his computer over the Windows 7 I already had on there. Okay. So now then we need to know who this computer belongs to. This is going to be Ben's computer. Or I think Mike told me that he had gotten a laptop for the girl. So that, I think it's wind up being Ben's.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, no, we're not going to put a password. Now this is a biased password. My opinion, guys, this is the worst thing you can do right here. Yes, I can. If you put it in there and forget it, yes, I can go in there and get. But it's a pain in the butt. The only way that I can get rid of this is to remove the battery off your motherboard and make the memory go away, because it's a flash memory. Your password is a flash memory, and so if it doesn't have power on it, it will delete itself. But it is a pain in the butt, and the battery. You need to know what you're doing when you remove the battery from a motherboard, because it's kind of like spring-loaded type.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually damage the motherboard if you're not careful.
Okay, just a minute.
Alright, now, when you get right here, I always use recommended settings. Now then, right here, we're looking for time zone. What are you guys doing?
I dropped my ring.
What were you doing with your ring off?
Mm-hmm.
You don't.
Central Time, U.S. and Canada.
Yes. Central Time, U.S. and Canada. Now, and that would make today is going to be
Yep, it's January 2008.
It's January. It's
yeah,
February.
it's on 2008, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
February 2018.
Gotcha.
Date of recording. February 18th, 2018.
Well, this motherboard I bought from eBay, so it was laid on a shelf somewhere for a long time, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
It come from China.